So, doing the Beilstein and the ignition test, also called the soot test, you can reuse these wires, they need a little loop at the end. So if you come up here, you don't need to make a new one yourself. You can use one that's already up here, but it does need a little loop. So I'll put a little loop in there. Okay, the first thing you got to do for the Beilstein is just heat the living heck out of this wire. That's what's going to turn the copper into copper oxide. But then you need to let them cool down. So I always kind of do that first, and then I'll move on to the ignition test. Okay, so gas on. There we go. Really want to do this thoroughly, especially if somebody was doing this before you, because there might be some of their sample on there still, and you might confuse their results with your results. Okay, so I get it really hot, and then I'm going to set that guy over there. I'm going to do another one here. It's really hot. Okay, and then I'll move on to the soot test. Okay. And so for the soot test, both of these tests you can do on a liquid or solid. Okay? For the soot test, you want a fair amount. And what we're going to do is we're going to put it in there. What typically happens when it's a positive test is you'll see it light on fire and everything. And there's often a little delay, and then you see a puff of black smoke go up. Okay? So our standards that we have here, and you should always run the standard, this is bromobenzene. Bromobenzene has conjugation, so we would expect it to give you a positive test. Okay? And we have benzoic acid. Benzoic acid is also a benzene ring, so we would expect both of these to give us a positive ignition, positive soot test. Okay? All right, I'll do the liquid first. I'll just stick this down in there, my spatula, and I'll get plenty on it, okay? And again, it's going to burn, and then we expect to see smoke kind of fly away. So you can see that smoke, that black smoke that went up there like that, yeah? You put kind of a lot on for the soot test, okay? All right. Now, to do a solid on the soot test, you got to get your solid onto the spatula. So you just scoop it on there. Yeah. Not too hard. There's a little trick when it comes to the wire in solids, but I'll show you that when we do the Beilstein. Okay, so again, trying benzoic acid. Okay. Wait. A little bit of, yeah, that one wasn't quite as clear, but there's a little bit of black smoke you can see in there. If you're unsure, test it again. Okay, let's do the Beilstein now. So, with, let's first try it with bromobenzene. So, Beilstein test is a test for halides. We would expect this to be positive. Okay, so got my loop. I had preheated that loop, very hot. It's cooled down now. I'll put it in there. Okay. What we want to see is a bright green flame. That's an indication of a positive test. And there it is. Okay. All right. Let's try the Beilstein test on the benzoic acid. Benzoic acid does not have a halogen on it, and so we would not expect it to be a positive test. Sometimes when you're doing the Beilstein test, you can actually see indications of a positive ignition test. Okay? They're not the same test, but you can see the effects of it. All right, so I dipped it in water so that I could get the solid onto the copper wire. Okay, put it in. You see the black soot. don't have that sustained green flame. Let's do a positive Beilstein one more time so we can get a good look at what that looks like. Heat this guy up. To cool down. Oh, I have another one here that I made earlier, actually. And you see the green flame. Okay, it should be pretty dramatic. Okay, so you want to make sure you do the soot test, the one with the spatula, plenty of unknown. On all unknowns, you want to make sure you do the Beilstein on both.